Hey guys, what's going on? Back here with a review for a game that I could not be more excited to talk about. In case if you guys couldn't tell by the title screen, I am talking about Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal was my most anticipated game of 2020, especially given how much I loved Doom 2016. I couldn't wait to jump back in, not only to see how they amped up everything from the previous game, but how Mick Gordon did on the soundtrack. Well guys, I am so happy to say that Doom Eternal delivered on my expectations and then some. I said that Doom 2016 was a badass first-person shooter that harkens back to the glory days of that genre. Doom Eternal takes what Doom 2016 did and cranks it up to 11. And I'm being serious when I say this, guys. Doom Eternal, I feel like, sets a new bar for the first-person shooter genre. So getting into the plot, Doom Eternal takes place after the events of Doom 2016. Earth is overrun with demons, and the human race is on the brink of annihilation, until the Doomslayer, with a new arsenal of weapons, comes in to, put it simply, kick demon ass. I feel like when it comes to story and plot, this is the most story that we've gotten a Doom game in quite a while. Now, while there are now cutscenes that show the Doomslayer, to which, by the way, are pretty damn cool, you also do read about the Slayer's history once again in data pads. So there is a nice little mix of reading and seeing some really cool cutscene, to which also, I have to mention, by the way, the opening cutscene for Doom Eternal is easily one of the most exciting cutscenes in a video game. It's the type of opening that not only gets your blood pumping, but you just want to yell, hell yeah. Also, one thing I'd like to comment on is the campaign. The campaign itself is actually quite a decent length. On Ultraviolence, I beat the game in about 15 hours, maybe it was a tap it over or lower. And honest to God, guys, the single player campaign was so good that I didn't want it to end. It was just so much damn fun. This is probably one of my favorite first-person shooter campaigns that I have ever played. So getting into what Doom is most known for, the gameplay. Doom 2016 was more or less you constantly pushing forward in this insane badass shooter, while Doom Eternal, however, ramps up everything tenfold. The combat here is more than just pushing forward, clearing out demons. Doom Eternal actually has a surprisingly amount of strategy when it comes to fighting demons this time. Depending on which demon you fight, you have to take out a certain thing that a certain demon has in order to weaken it down before you can destroy it. Now, it's not absolutely necessary that you have to do this, but it does make the fights not only easier, but it does make the fun factor just that much higher this time around. And to add on top of that, the fights are even more intense this time around. In Doom 2016, you do have access to a chainsaw, to which if you had an amount of fuel to it, you could kill a demon and get ammo back. In Doom Eternal, however, the chainsaw is essential in not only getting ammo back, but to your survival too, which escalates the tension even further. And even more so, you have a flamethrower belt that you use to set demons on fire to get armor back. So you do glory kills for health, chainsaw kills for ammo, and using the flamethrower to get armor. It's this great trio that not only adds a higher level of fun, but like I mentioned before, a much higher level of intensity. It's an understatement to say that Doom Eternal is an intense game, but if you play this game on Ultraviolence like I did, get ready for one hell of a ride. Pun intended. Many times throughout the campaign, you will get your ass kicked, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. But once you get that rhythm down, it just becomes this symphony of badass, gory violence that you will not want to end. And by the way, speaking of the glory kills, Doom 2016 has some awesome ones, but holy shit, Doom Eternal has ones that will legit make you feel like a badass. And the best part is, I still feel like I haven't seen them all. Now, with Doom 2016, when it came to the combat, I primarily used the super shotgun while using a couple of other weapons. In Doom Eternal, you may have a favorite weapon per se, but you must use every weapon at your disposal, which ups the tension even more so. Speaking of the weapons, Doom Eternal has so much more built upon not only having new weapons, but on how you might use certain weapons with its mods. One mod I know I love using is the meat hook mod for the super shotgun. It really does make for some awesome moments. The full auto mod for the regular shotgun might as well turn your shotgun into a turret. A mod for the ballista will shoot out a blade that can cut multiple opponents, and one for the plasma rifle is called the microwave beam, and yes, the mod is as awesome awesome as it sounds. And also, like Doom 2016, you earn the mastery for the weapons to make them even stronger too. And also when it comes to the runes, some might be beneficial in certain situations while others will be better in some other situations. And by the way, one fun rune to use is when you use your mod and it slows down time. It can make for some sweet trick shots. Something else that actually gets a bigger focus in Doom Eternal as well is the platforming. Now, to be clear, Doom Eternal is still mainly a game where you shoot and kill demons, but there are actually quite a few sections where you have to jump, climb, and swing. And if I'm being completely honest, it was something that I actually had a lot of fun with. Clearly, it wasn't put in as an afterthought either, but come on, swinging on the monkey bars as the Doomslayer, it's a lot of fun. Another thing I love about Doom Eternal as well is the look of the game. Now with the graphics, Doom 2016 still holds up nearly 4 years later, but god damn, Doom Eternal is next level with the amount of detail alone. The guns look incredible, the detail in the enemies, to which also, I love the effort into what they put into, I believe that they call it destructible demons. There was a particular part near the end of the game, I was seeing an enemy being torn down with how much damage I was doing to it, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, my jaw dropped. Also, the level design is absolutely incredible as well. The levels are so big and so well designed that it feels like you're getting at least 2 to 3 levels in one level. Not just that, but one thing I love particularly was the scale in some certain parts. I entered in a level near the beginning of the game, and there was this creature just walking around doing its thing, and I couldn't help but say, wow out loud. The landscapes are vast as well, and once more, like with Doom 2016, you will want to look around for every nook and cranny. Before I get into one of my favorite aspects of the game, one thing that I have to comment on is the sound itself. Not just the score, to which, believe me, I will get into a little bit, but the sound design, especially for the guns and how they sound. If you have really good headphones or just a awesome sound system, the sound is going to come out incredible. One particular sound that always sounds incredible is every time I fire a shot using the scope mod on the heavy cannon, the bass, especially from this, gives such a great boom. And also, of course, every time you chainsaw a demon, hearing that demon scream when you chainsaw that thing, it is always so gratifying. Now, I mentioned this in my Doom 2016 review. One of the reasons why I was so hyped for Doom Eternal was to hear the soundtrack that Mick Gordon was composing for the game, as I was a big fan of what he did with Doom 2016. Now, creating something as badass as the soundtrack in Doom 2016, I feel like is a monumental task since the soundtrack in its entirety is so memorable. Well, I couldn't be happier to say that Mick has outdone himself entirely. The music in Doom Eternal, I feel like, is just that much more intense. There's a particular track that feels like old school Rob Zombie, and every time I hear the track, I get goosebumps. And actually, there is one track that I kept listening to before the game came out, and once I heard that track, not only did I get just chills galore, but I also shed a tear or two before wiping out every demon that I was in a room with. Safe to say, though, that Mick Gordon's score for Doom Eternal might be one of my favorite scores in a game. Seriously, I would love to see what he would do within a movie. And by the way, there's a part that involves the heavy metal choir. It is just badass to say the least. Now, in terms of multiplayer, unfortunately there is no snap map, which will be missed because it would have been really cool to see if they had put snap map into this game. It would have been awesome to see what the community could have made. But what we have now instead is a mode called Battle Mode. It's a 2v1 PvP mode where it's 2 demons versus 1 Slayer. On the demon side, you can choose between 5 demons, and I found myself playing as either the Marauder, the Revenant, or the Archvile. And Battle Mode was something that I wasn't expecting too much from, but I gotta tell you guys, the mode is a lot of fun. And while I will say that there are some balancing issues, sometimes the Slayer doesn't have a chance, and sometimes the Slayer will beat you and whoever you're teaming up with to a pulp. Don't get me wrong, I am having a lot of fun with this mode, but I feel like with a couple of patches, this mode will be even better. So overall, Doom Eternal is an FPS on steroids. Doom Eternal takes everything that Doom 2016 did so well and doubles down on it, with a badass and exciting single-player campaign that runs at about 15 hours. Now, that could be more or less depending on the difficulty level that you play on, intense gameplay, terrific presentation, a heart-pounding soundtrack with really fun multiplayer. Doom Eternal could be one of the greatest first-person shooters out there with the test of time. As of now, if I were to just rate the campaign, this game is easily a 10 out of 10. And I'm telling you guys, the campaign was so fucking good that I did not want it to end. It is definitely one of my favorite FPS campaigns that I have ever played. However, as a whole, all in all, I'm going to give Doom Eternal a 9.75 out of 10. Now, if they balance battle mode with a couple of patches, this could easily go up to a 10 out of 10 game. Otherwise, guys, I loved every moment with Doom Eternal, and I will continue to play this game even after I get the Platinum Trophy, which, by the way, seems doable. Alrighty, guys, and that is going to do it for my review of Doom Eternal. Please comment down and let me know below, what did you guys think of Doom Eternal? Did you guys prefer this one over Doom 2016, or did you guys actually prefer Doom 2016 to Doom Eternal? Let me know below. If you guys want to follow me on social media, I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. I'm also on Snapchat and Stardust, so if you guys want to follow me on all those social media platforms, all the links and the usernames are in the description below. I hope y'all enjoyed my review of Doom Eternal. If so, please hit that like button, also subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell whenever a new video of mine goes live. If you guys would like to see any of my previous 2 reviews or videos, please click either on the left or right sides of the screen. And of course, until my next video or review, I will see you guys next time. Rip and tear, guys.